Welcome back. Well, let's focus on Dhanuka Agritech now. The company's revenue grew 10% in Q3, but margins slipped. The management said they have received several export inquiries and expect the Dahej plant to come on stream in July. What's the business outlook? How has Q4 been? And what is the chatter around El Nino impacting demand as well? M.K. Dhanuka, the managing director at the company, is joining us now to discuss that. Mr. Dhanuka, good afternoon. Thank you so much for joining us. Well, you did say that demand has been resilient. How has Q4 been, especially in the light of this discussion that we are having that El Nino could impact monsoons this year? Are you seeing some changes in inventory levels? How is the supply side looking and demand as well?
The Q4 is not as good as was expected because of the lower pest incidence and no rains in the winter season. So moisture level has become less and the temperature is rising, which will have impact on the wheat crop growth. So, but still we are confident to deliver double-digit growth in Q4 as well as for the whole year for March ending 23. So this is about the overall volumes. Regarding El Nino impact, now the government focus is to increase the irrigation facilities and there is availability of water in the dams. So we don't foresee major impact of El Nino on the agriculture sector. But definitely when the rainfall is less, it has impact because in India, still we depend mainly on rainfall. So, but we will work hard in the green patches and we will try to maintain the double-digit growth even in the next financial year.
Got that. Mr. Dhanuka, you started off by saying that Q4 is not growing the way you had anticipated. While you are confident about a double-digit growth in Q4, what are those numbers and what was your earlier expectation?
Earlier, we were expecting around 15% plus growth, but now we are expecting around 10-11% growth in the fourth quarter.
Okay. And based on the current patterns on El Nino and other, factors, is there a possibility that this sluggishness could continue even in Q1?
I don't foresee because agriculture is going to happen and the farmers' income is mainly dependent on agriculture. Still more than 60% of our population is dependent on agriculture and we are contributing around 18% in the GDP from agriculture sector. So government focus is also on rural development and doubling the farmers' income, and they are taking a lot of initiatives to basically increase the farmers' income as well as the growth in the agriculture sector.
Got it, sir.
Whether it is loans, whether it is creating...
Yes, sir, we do get that, and that is something that, everyone in the industry has been talking about as well. A couple of questions related to your business itself. You said that you are seeing increased inquiries as far as exports are concerned. I know it's a small number, but how much did it contribute in Q4? How much do you expect it to contribute in FY24 as a percentage of total revenues?
Because we have just started, so it's a startup export division. So it's an infant stage. So initially we are expecting only 0.5% in the total revenue of the from the export segment. But next year we hope that we will be able to have 2 to 3% minimum from exports.
Okay. While you did give us the value growth, could you give us an indication of the actual volume growth?
This year, actually, till half year, the prices were increasing. So the growth was on value terms instead of volume terms. But from the third quarter onwards, the prices are declining. So now the volumes are increasing and value-wise, it's not that great.
So what are the volumes, sir, for expected volumes for Q4 in the full year?
I expect that the total growth of around 10% will be from volume only.
Go ahead, sir. Go ahead. Yeah. So I wanted to check with you on Dahej as well. It has been delayed, the commissioning, but once it does come on stream in July, will you see higher growth than FY23? Say high double-digit growth. How much will it contribute to revenues? What would the initial capacity utilization be at the Dahej plant?
Initially, we are putting up only one plant over there for the synthetic pyrothrites. But as informed earlier, we are looking for basically custom synthesis and contract manufacturing. We are going to Japan in the month of March, and we do hope that we will be able to get some molecules from our Japanese principals, and then only the major chunk will come from the Dahej. Initially, we expect around 3% contribution from the Dahej plant in the total revenue.
And initial capacity utilization would be in the limited capacity that you have?
Yeah, to the extent of around 75%.
Okay. All right. Mr. Dhanuka, it was a pleasure speaking with you. Thank you so much for joining us and giving us all those details. So that's the word coming in from Dhanuka Agritech. Higher in trade by 2.5%, and they are talking about the outlook going forward as well. With that, we'll do one thing. We'll sip into a short break. Up next, we have our Midcap Spotlight segment, and we'll focus on grain industry. Stay tuned for that.